Good morning. Hey everyone. Yes, 998. How crazy is that? And I generally don't get any or many subs during my stream. So occasionally I get one. Let's do the roll call so far. Good morning, Death Shaker. Hello, Gary. No problem if you can't stick around. That's cool. You can always catch it on the rerun. G'day, Leo. Did you cool things? The Creffelder. Peter. G'day. Gold Digger. Dave Darko. Alex, you're watching with the wrong channel. I don't know what that means. Oh, Alan. Yawn. Morning. I don't think we'll see 100 live. G'day, Jerome. Welcome. I think you're new. I don't recall seeing you in the chat before. You may not be new, but I don't recall seeing you in chat. Tiny LED Matrix. Colin. Crazy Roops. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it'd be cool if it ticked over to 1,000 during the stream, but I generally don't pick up many subs during a stream. Occasionally one or two. Occasionally. Hey Julian, good morning, or evening, late evening. Boy, have I got a story for everyone today. Sorry, throat's a bit croaky. It is freezing outside. Like, I've got the heater on and I've still got a jumper on. It's cold, very cold. Just going to wait around until more people come in, but let me tell you, these little suckers, they are... Yeah, they're little suckers. That's what they are. Yeah. I'll jump on my wife's account and sub. No, don't do that. I want real subs, Gary. It's going to be real subs. Meaningful ones. Hello, Paul. One day I want to find out the story, Paul, about why you're the curtains. Because I have no idea what that means. Like, actually freezing? No, not like actually freezing. Very, very, very cold. There's no ice on my nose, but it is actually quite cold this morning. What I generally do, I wake up early for my stream. G'day, Michael, and then I cold wear in Melbourne, Australia. It's going to be 12 degrees today, I think, which for us is cold. Hey, Mike. Yeah, so I normally wake up early in the morning on my stream day, and then first thing I do is come out and turn the heater on in the office. Gives it about an hour to warm up before I come in. As you can all see, it's a fairly decent sized office, so it takes a while to warm up. Come to Europe, it's hot, yes. No. I get enough heat as well. I don't like the heat either. I like something right in the middle. Like, 27 degrees is beautiful. G'day, Andy. Yeah, 26, 27 is, I think it's ideal. I want to be warm, but not hot. I want to feel that there's sun on me, but I don't want to be walking around sweating. That's just not comfortable either. So we had a 15-minute torrential downpour yesterday. It went from nothing, like it was a super windy day, but it went from nothing to flooding all around the eastern suburbs where I live. G'day, Azzy. G'day, Dean Potts. And then, yeah, for about 15 minutes and then it stopped. And this happened at school pickup time. So my wife and my kids got absolutely drenched. My wife's going to kill me, but I'm going to tell a story. They were halfway to the car walking out of school, and it went literally from nothing to instant torrential downpour. It happens sometimes here. And so they ran to the car, and then my wife realised that she left her keys back at the school because she was helping out the school today. And so they had to run back to the school in the torrential downpour, get the keys, and then they waited out till it stopped. And when the three of them got home, they were completely, I'm talking about utterly and thoroughly, drenched like they were swimming in their clothes. It was insane. It was incredible. Okay, so what have I missed in chat? Actually got bushfires here. Oh, really? Can't make videos in your pants when it's cold. Wait, what? I don't get that, Julian. Please tell me you wear pants when you make your video. Is the audio dropping out very occasionally for anyone else? Nope, all good for me, all good for me. Let's look at the stream. Stream went... Oh, it went bad, then it went good. It's been sitting on good for a while. I'm gonna have to keep my huge... I don't like checking my sub count during a stream, but... Yeah, still on 998. Oh well. Okay, I hope if it goes bad, just ping me. Just ping me. So, I've got an interesting story to tell. I really should wait for Mr. Watts to turn up, considering that this is supposed to be a video for him. Did you all catch David's last week stream, where he did a live stream, but basically spoke to me during the stream and ignored everyone in chat? Wow. That takes balls, I gotta tell you. I can't do that. I told him already that I was going to do this today in the stream. And yeah, there's just no way I was going to ignore everyone. I can't do that. I do streams because I love the chat. You've not seen his pantless streams? Must be a Patreon thing. Okay, well, no, I haven't seen Julian's pantsless streams. But, I have to say, I really enjoyed when Julian did the look around in his office workshop. Yeah, it was a while ago now. It was cool. It's always good to see the man behind the face, or the woman behind the face, behind the camera. Wow, I can't even say it. David's here. Yes. Oh, I've got an awesome. Who am I talking to? Hi, David. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, David. I can't do the ignore everyone on chat. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I love chatting with everyone here. That's why I do my live streams. So, yeah. I'm not a harsh, callous man, David. Ooh, not suggesting you are. Anyway, I've got an awesome story to tell everyone. An awesome story. So I can get going now because David's here. Because David doesn't know. So he's going to find out. So, okay, so this is what happened. This is what happened. I'll do this really quickly. There's a board. Before I show you the board. So, I was getting some boards made. So, I don't know if you're aware. G'day, Neffers. I mean, you're aware that I use JLC PCB. But, I'm not sure if you're aware that when you order something through JLC PCB, while it's in production, you have the option, if you order anything else, to attach that order to an order that's in production, which means you can share on the shipping cost. So, for instance, if I've ordered a set of boards, and I always get DHL shipping because I'm impatient, and it's only about 30% more or 40% more than doing normal shipping, and it's like I get it in 2 or 3 days, where normal shipping is about a week and a half or 2 weeks. So I always go DHL, but it's expensive. So why are we doing hey? I don't know. Anyway, so I had a couple of boards in production, and I had and you can see the stats on production as they're going through, where they're up to, and by the time when it gets down to shipping, it's too late and you can't send anything in. And I had 2 boards, and one of them was done, but one of them was only halfway through. And I'd been working on the Watts boards, and the Siglement Display boards, and I hadn't finished it, but I was super close, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to quickly wrap it up, and I'm going to get it into JLC PCB so I can get it basically for free shipping. I didn't need a stencil for it, obviously, because it's all through hole. So I quickly rushed it that morning and put it in with literally... Oh, sorry, Dave. Grid away. And I put it in, I got it in probably within about an hour of my cutoff. So the boards only cost me $6. And I got 20 boards because I got to panelize them. So I got 20 boards, $6, and I thought, look, what's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is they don't work, and I get them redone, but I get to try my design. And it's only $6. And so I got them in and got all my stuff. And so I got them yesterday, and I had a look at them, and guess what? Yeah, I wrecked them. I did. Let's see if anyone can spot. Not really sure which one is best. Siglement. Siglement sounds like Siglant. There's a few times actually when I built the project in AutoCAD and I typed it in, I actually typed in Siglement Display. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Siglement. Siglement's better. I don't know. So anyway, here it is. Let's look at the back first. It's the Make Something Unexpected, the David Watts and Unexpected Maker. Oh, I called it Siglement. Siglement Display. I called it Siglement. Maybe I've called it all sorts of things everywhere. Anyway, the Siglement Display. And it's a pretty cool board. It's pretty busy. Okay, the reveal. I'm just going to leave it here. And I want everyone to spot the two mistakes. I'm just going to have my coffee. Okay? Just take your time. All good. I've got all day, folks. I'm not going anywhere today. We'll go through the board design in a moment, but I want to see if anyone can spot the mistakes. It should be big enough that everyone, except for those on a phone, maybe not. But it is absolute rookie stupidity. Last minute rush job mistake. No, it's not a font mistake. Alan spotted it. Okay. Don't spill the beans yet. Don't spill the beans. Well, unless anyone wants to spill the beans. Andy, I'm pretty sure the board with the wrong font isn't going to make it not work. I used to love making my own at home. Too much mucking about now. Is that chip on the front sound? Yes, the chip's on the front. See, mask problem? No. Don't think there's a mask problem. The resistors? No, resistors are good. Chip on the front? Yes, chip sits on the front. Sits just there, which is correct. I'll give everyone a hint. It's at the bottom of the board. First mistake, you used an MCP instead of an LS16. Possibly. No, that's not a mistake. Although, when I bought the MCPs, I was mistakenly incorrect that they did PWM, which they don't. Even though it still states on Adafruit's website they do. Anyway, looks like the filaments are not routed. Oh wait, you're raising the LEDs? Yes, I'm raising the LEDs. My LEDs are raised off the board. Needs cleaning. That wasn't what I meant. I typed the font comment before you... Oh, right, okay. To the right of J1. Where's... Yeah, what about it? Because it goes to minus on the left. The caps. Everyone's seeing it. Oh, yeah. The caps. Caps. Two caps. One cap. And then this is also a... Although the silk didn't work on it. That's just a silk mistake. So we have a 10 microfarad cap here. Let's move it up. And we have a 0.1 microfarad cap here. Just a ceramic cap. Yes. So what did I do? I didn't ground them. I just put them in line on the VCC. So what happened was I had no power filtering at all on my board. And I had this whole bottom section was completely different. And at the last minute, I thought to myself, and I'm talking about, when I say the last minute, I'm talking about literally 5 minutes before I exported my Gerbers, right? I thought to myself, because normally when I build something with a microcontroller on it. So I've got all my caps and everything on there. I've got all my power filtering between power coming in and everything I need. I guess you're very used to putting diodes in line. Well, no, I'm used to lots of things, but in this particular case, it was just that it was a last minute thought that I don't know how people are going to use these. I don't know. G'day, Brian. Just in time. I don't know how people are going to use them. I don't know what they're going to plug into them, and so I better put some power filtering on the board. So I just whacked 2 caps on, moved them around, and what I did was I did a copy and paste of a whole bunch of components in my schematic, and copy and paste the VCC line, and then when I did a scan of it, I didn't see any pins on any of the parts that weren't connected, so I thought, yep, I'm good. I didn't actually hand place the caps and put nets on them manually. I was copying and pasting, and I did a replace. Well, that works perfectly fine with DRC and Eagle. Everything's connected. Everything's fine. That's a perfectly good board. Right, so yes, it is easy to bypass. But it took me a while to work that out. Just so I switch in there and call it a feature. Right, so here we go. Ready? Let's start this whole fun and games. I'm not building one of these live from scratch, because let me tell you, they take a long time to build. But let's just do this. Ready? Ready? Dun, 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 dun. We're going to do a bump. See if we can do it. Ready? Boom! There we go. Look at that. Oh, that colour change. Notice that? It's gone blue in the background because of the yellow. It's doing a colour correction. Oh, I wonder how I turn that off on my camera. I don't know. Some slight general action. So what I did was I put the board together, and of course, it didn't work. It didn't work. Surprise, surprise. But it does now, because I've bridged the caps. So in this particular case, I don't need the caps, because I've got filtering through my microcontroller. I'm just running it off a feather right now. So I just bypassed the caps, and we're all good. But yes, check this out. I have a busted filament. I have a broken filament that shipped broken. Well, no, it didn't ship broken. At some point, it broke, because I was testing them all before I put them in. I bumped it too hard. No, it was already broken. I'll explain how I broke it. And this one here only has 3 LEDs in it instead of 5, or only 3 that work. So what happened to the LED on top? I'll show you. It's quite simple. I was holding the board, like, let me just pull out a bit. I was holding the board like this, yeah? And I went to do something, put it down, and I rolled my thumb into it, and it snapped. Okay, I'm digging the look. Holy moly, those filaments look super retro. It's coming home. So I did that with my thumb, and I rolled it, and it snapped. And let me tell you, I didn't put any pressure on it. That's how much pressure I put on it. These little suckers, I'm calling them little suckers, are super delicate. Way more delicate than I realised. Yes, I know what you meant. It's coming home, and it's all coming together. Now, can I just say, apart from this one here, which I mangled, or whatever, look how straight they all are. That is incredible. Wow. How did you do that, Sion? Okay, what I'm going to do, before I turn this on, I'm going to replace 3 filaments. That one, and that one. And then I'm going to show you how I do my filaments, and then we're going to check it all out and see how it works. It does actually look fantastic. How retro is that? So does everyone notice how I put the resistors in line and underneath? That's cool. Just doing a bit of a whole thing in clear resin. Yeah, that'd be cool. Standard height headers. So you only use the standard ones. Yeah, I ended up only using the standard ones because they were tall enough. So the reason I was worried about the standard height headers was I didn't know how much heat the LEDs came off, and I was worried about the heat from the LEDs being too close to the to the MCP, Master Control Program, to the GPIO expander. But when I started playing with them, they were fine. I think that's actually pretty good height. So I do have higher ones, and maybe I'll have the option of, assuming I do these as kits. I think I'll do these as kits. They're pretty cool. I'll maybe give people short and high, and they can choose which one they want to do. So, how did I get all the filaments looking so good? Nice 3D packaging. Well, you know what? Where's see, Steve Ludgate's on holidays still, I think. Hey, Tabletronics. Oh, hey, Wolfgang. Hello, everyone. Hello. Yeah, he might be able to come up with a really cool cover for this. So let's do these filaments. I'll show you how I do them. I got my iron. Oh, not ready. I didn't turn it on. Duh. Sorry about my head in the camera. Oh, so I thought I was prepared. Remember to smash the like bar. Yeah, everyone smash the like button. If there's anyone in this chat right now that isn't subscribed, please subscribe. No real heat. I think they'll just be 7 milliamps each on your board. So I ended up going for... I've got piles of 390. I found 390s and I bought 390s. So I could have used 330s and that would have given me about 10 milliamps on them. I had a chat with David about what he was using. So the problem, or it wasn't a problem, but using 330s would have meant that with 13 filaments, or 14 filaments, because one thing I don't have, oh, where is it? Where did I put it? Hang on. Right. I realised, just one thing before I continue, I didn't, please share this stream on your social... Thanks, Peter. Suspended mount. What? Who? Hey, Tim. MCP Tron, the grid. Yes. Yes, that's why I said MCP, Master Control Program. I don't have any 3mm LEDs. I thought I did. I thought I had a yellow one. I don't. But there's also, and it's very close, just there, there's a spot for a decimal point. But yeah, it's designed for a 3mm. And I don't have one. Yeah, so it kind of works like that. But it's a bit big. Looks a bit ugly right now. Excuse me. Yes, this is the I2C version. So as you can see, I've got 4 pins in. And I've used some bent. I got a whole bunch of... I did a lot of shopping yesterday. I've got 90-degree angle headers. And then there's, on this side as well, there's out. Wow, workshop you can run in. Yeah. Okay. You can't even swing a cat. Okay, let's just take that out again. So, sorry, there's lots of questions going through, but I want to jump onto the filament. So how did I get the filament so cool? So what I did was, I've got obviously a whole bunch of headers. So let's cut some more headers off. So I need 6. So I'm just going to do this live. 1. Be awesome if you could buy bags of just individual ones. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Ow! 3. Suspended mount refers to the method of raising those LEDs. See on. Oh, okay. What is this? Yeah, but what would a suspended mount? I don't even know what that is. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I was trying to work out a way that you could put these together and have them pretty even. And I thought, you know what? I've got a 3D printer. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get close. I built a little jig. Excuse me. I've got a bit of a croaky voice this morning. Croaky throat. Wow, croaky throat. I'm really doing bad. So this little jig, I printed it in clear filament, so it's a bit hard to see. I figured it'd be better than black though. So what you do is this, you put one in there, and you put one in there, and you get your filament, and you put that in the trough, just like that. And what I've been doing is getting a bit of blue tack. Look at that. Perfect. And then I get my iron and burn my fingers on camera like I always do. And so what I've been doing, what I worked out was, it's easiest to solder them from the bottom. One. Two. Give it a second. Take that off and pop, pop. A perfect filament leg. Julianne, I want to see you doing a jig on camera. Full body jig. The dancing. I like all your different displays, but it looks weird that it doesn't have an 8-degree angle on them. Is there a rule about the angles? I didn't know there was a rule about what the angles had to be. So of course my problem is I needed to work out how to get them in there and space them and not have all the ends touch, which is a bit of a thing. Anyway, so that's one. Let's just quickly do the others. So this is why I didn't want to build a board from scratch, because as fun as this is and as easy as the jig makes it, there's still 13 of them to do. They take a while. See, look at this. This one is wobbly, and I think that's because it's broken inside. If it's broken inside, then some of the LEDs don't work. This one is not wobbly. Be right back. Just going to grab okay. By the way, everyone, David's got a cold. Weird if not. Yeah, 7 looks weird. 7. Wait, that's 7. What do you mean if not angled? I don't understand. Hang on, it's not on. Wait. Let's just pull that out a bit. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm going to leave this one out because that's got I think that's broken. I'm just going to finish this off. I'll get another one. I've got a few. I bought a few filaments. You know me. Why buy 10 when I can buy 10, 100, 1,000, something. Or I'll get a bit finger burny though. What's finger burny? What? None of this. Give it a second nonsense. Straight into action. Okay. I'm having trouble following chat today. That's okay. I just want to get this done. Whoop. Okay, so that's number 2. Who's burning their fingers? I don't understand. 1, 2. Let me just get a different filament. I'm just going to put this one aside for now. Everyone's going. Be right back. Coffee's getting cold. Thank you. Right, I understand. Yes. Yes, someone challenged me on that with my original 7 segment. Wow, lots of running today. Yeah, so I was challenged on that about why I didn't make those on an angle. And then why, well, no one actually commented yet, but why I didn't make that on an angle. And basically, I get why they're on an angle, but I built mine for, well, obviously, for letters and numbers, and I think letters on an angle looks a bit eh. Blue tack, the greatest tool of all, yes. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't built any of mine on an angle. I don't think David built his on an angle either, so I don't know, I just, they're much easier to mount and use when they're not on an angle. Let's put those away. Let's just finish this last one. Tempted to buy that ilovebluetack.com website. You should have. Everyone loves blue tack. Okay, that one's good. I'll have to test that other one and see how it goes. How do you share a picture here? You'd have to put it on ImageGo or something and then post a link, but you need to be a mod to post a link. What's the picture of Gold Dig Earth? This is a family rated channel. Siglement Display seem to commonly be 5 degrees or centimeters. Yeah, I know they are, but this is a modern. These are all modern takes on 7 segment, so I'm okay with it. I mean, all my boards are open source, so hang on. I like to have them sitting on top if I can. All my designs are open source, so everyone is welcome to grab my design and angle it and make their own, or even sell them. I don't care. Go for it. That's my usual comment to people who, I'm not saying anyone's complaining, but who complain or comment about how, why didn't I do it different or better or whatever. And the answer is, I did it my way, and you're welcome to do it your way. Okay, cool. So we've got 3. I need to get these off now. So I am going to use my, let's get some camera pullback. Use my PCB vise so I can grip it. So I'm going to have to do this with my fingies. The unexpected take on set. Oh, that is just the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? And I think, Andy, it was you that started it, wasn't it? I think it was you that started the unexpected whatever of whatever. Gonna make sure that I take off the right bit. Okay, that's one off. Be nice if you switched to open source tools as well. Hey, Albors, such as KiCad. Thanks. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've tried KiCad, and it's, for me, it's an absolute dog on my Mac. It's just real. I actually started with it. It's just, I don't like it. Too hard to use. I'm hoping that apparently the next version, I was told, has, make sure I don't get the resistor. They've improved how they render stuff on a Retina Mac, and apparently it's much faster. So I might look at it again, but I get that not... Well, Eagle, there's a free version of Eagle. There's no reason why people can't use Eagle. You don't have to be a student or a teacher. There's a free version of Eagle. It's pretty much open to everyone, regardless of what their terms and conditions say. So I just got to get the right one. Get out, little piggy. Okay, that one, and I need to get, so it's 2 of them off. I need to get 1 more. I think the open source movement's great. Fantastic. Doesn't mean that it's the only software people should be using. In my mind, I want to use the right tool that's, the right tool for me. I'm super comfortable with Eagle. You're going to burn, yes, I'll burn my fingers, but that's, you all come here to watch me do stupid things, right? So what was your medicinal cocktail or drink, David? I know you don't hate it when people call you Dave. I still feel bad because you always call yourself David. I'm just going to, So, I'll show you something else that I did, although it's might not be completely obvious, is with my jig. Oh, hang on. What I need to do, I need to test the direction of these. So, let me just show you something. So on these filaments, I'm not sure if you can see, there's a little dot on that end. See that little dot? So that's to signify, I believe, the minus. But I need to check. So what I actually did was I built myself a testing jig where I could plug it in and it would either light up or not, and I could tell which way was the right way. So the way I've set the board up is positive is always at the resistor end. So the GPIO goes into the resistor, through the resistor, into the LED, and down to ground. So that's consistent throughout the board. So all I had to do was work out which way was positive and put it in that way. Fairly generous 30 ml whiskey and water along with some medicine. I'm not sure you're supposed to mix medicine and whiskey, but whatever. Good on you. So one thing, before I work out which way is which, just pull back a bit, it's getting a bit blurry. What I did with the width of my jig was I made it about 1 millimeter, well, no less, about 0.5 millimeter wider than the spots. And so what that meant was, I'm not going to be able to, let me do it on it, get my other board. And this was really cool, was, so when I put them in, it doesn't fall out. How cool is that? Yeah, I can shake it and it doesn't come out. Really handy for soldering. So yeah, that's cool. That was one of my design choices I made with this. So my plan obviously would be that if I keep saying I would like to sell these as kits because I think they're really cool. I'll supply a jig with every kit so people will be able to, and I'll make a jig for a taller filament as well, a taller header as well, so people have the choice. Because the other ones, they're like 9, these are 9 mil, and the other ones are 19, so filament would be sitting out here. Like that is, hang on, let's go sideways. That is like massive, really massive. Okay, so I need to get these back in. The difficulty is there's already solder in there. This is going to be interesting, but I need to work out which way is positive again. So I'm pretty sure that the dot is positive, not negative. I'm pretty sure. We should test that though, right? Let's just test it. I'm going to take my benchtop power supply. Beep. I'm going to, just in case, I'm not going to put a resistor on it. No one freak out. What I'm going to do is just drop my current down to 3 volts. 3 volts. I'm not going to blow them. Everyone ready for the smoke? Okay. I'm just checking that it's... Turn the power supply on. Yep. Whoa. Did everyone see how bright that was? I'm going to do that again, actually, because there's a reason I want to do that again. I don't know what's going to happen on the camera. It's going to turn on again. Can everyone see how bright that is? I mean, that's insane. That's... yeah. So that's with 3 volts going through it. But I'm getting nowhere near that brightness on my board, as you'll see, with the 390s. So I'm thinking I need to drop the resistors, but we'll get to that. So the dot is positive. Time to put these in. You want to see my 7 Siglement displays? I tweeted. Oh, okay. Hang on. Wait. Let's... Don't abuse it. Gold Digger Earth, you're now a moderator. You can post it here so everyone else can see. I hope it's a lot dimmer. It is a lot dimmer on my board. A lot dimmer. But too dim, I think. Personally. Okay, so let's... So I'm just going to pull back. W made that board already on the stream. Hey, Rob. No, I didn't make the board on the stream because the board was foobarred. Long story. You have to go back and watch it again. It's been a long story. I didn't just make this on stream, but I'm fixing it on stream. What was the current? The current was... I didn't look. It was clamped at 100 milliamps. Clamped at. Which is what I normally do on my power supply because I generally don't work with anything higher than that. I can... I know. We'll check it again. Okay, let's do it again. Sorry, folks. Positive. Negative. Watch me blow myself up. On. That's 75 milliamps. 80 milliamps at 3 volts. And my resistors are supposed to be doing 70 milliamps. Oh no, it'd be 7 milliamps. Yeah, that's okay, sorry, 7 milliamps. Yeah, that's a lot. I could tone that down. Anyway. That's actually what I was expecting to see, though. Because I hadn't played with these a lot. I mean, I was relying on what David had played with. Obviously, you know, when I got them, I was hooking them up to some power just to see how they worked. But I was relying on David's findings, because we're supposed to be doing this together, right? So what happened, Rob, just very quickly, is on the board, might not be able to see, I didn't ground my 2 caps. I put them in line on the VCC. Rookie mistake. I rushed them out the door to get them into JLC PCB so I could get free shipping on them. So that's what I did. I rushed them to save some money and ended up wasting my money because I rushed them. How's that? But that's okay. I wouldn't have known, like, it's fine. It's totally fine. This is going to be a bit, I could try to clear the holes first with flux, and okay, this lighting here is just shocking. I need to see both sides at the same time. Okay, it's one. Hope I got that the right way. Sorry folks, this is like brain surgery. Oh, that was actually quite inappropriate after what Simone just went through. I apologise. Everyone sees Simone's video? Oh, okay, Tweezer's time. She posted a video about everything, about how she's doing. I watched it this morning. Glad that she's recovering nicely. Oh, come on. Maybe I'm doing the wrong one. It's possible. Oh. It's really hot. Do you know metal gets really hot when you put an iron on it? Okay, I can't get that one. Let me just see what's going on. So I've got to be careful, I don't want to break it. So I've got to be super careful. I might need to do this by hand this way. Get my blue tack. Yeah, she's quite funny, some of the stuff that antics she comes up with. And come on, get in. It really doesn't want to. And I don't want to bend it. How do these displays measure out size-wise? So they are currently 39 by 70 something. But okay, I don't understand why this isn't going in. I might have to do it from the other side. Sorry folks, just kind of need this to get in. Okay, now I should be able to push that through. But yeah, I've already finished, surprise surprise, my revision 2. Thank you. That was a struggle. Your story is less bad than mine. I ordered expensive boards from Euro Circuits, where I found out later that the few footprints were wrong and the biggest short circuit. Sure, okay. That's unfortunate. I mean, the only plus for me is that, as I said, the boards were cheap and I got them fairly quickly, so I got to work out what the problem was quicker than not. So that's okay. Yeah, so what I've done on my new boards is I'll show you the design. I installed Eagle on this machine so I can show you, but I've dropped it about 3mm, so it's a little bit taller. It's like maybe 81 now or something, or 80, and I've made it a couple of millimeters wider, because one thing that I'll show you in a second. Actually, yeah, I'll show you in a second. I just want to... Oh, stop interrupting me, everyone. No, it's fine. It really is. Okay, this one's a bit... I know this kind of is off camera. I'm sorry, I apologise. Enough to spell rude words. How many modules have you made? I've got 20 boards because, well, you buy lots of 10, and I managed to panelise it because it might as well panelise it. So I've got 20 boards, but that's okay. What I've got now is a whole bunch of boards I can use for my stencil mounts. Okay, come on. Okay, one. Tweezers. You guys can't really see what I'm doing. I apologise, but I just need to get this on, preferably without breaking it. Oh, so close. Come on. I need sloth eyes. I need like an eye on this side and an eye on this side so I can see both sides of the board at the same time. Why aren't you going in? Is it not transferring heat? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay, that's two. One more. One more on this side, so you get just here. Which way is positive? Positive is there. Okay. Almost done, sorry. Almost seems it may help. I've paid out, put the headers on the first and then tack the side of the filament. No, well, this is only a problem because the holes are full of solder right now because I pulled the other ones out. And I didn't want to stick wick and flux everywhere to clean them up. Basically, the initial assembly went perfectly fine. It was nice and easy. Because I basically put a whole bunch in and it sat up on the face by itself and I just... and yeah, it was super easy. This is not easy because I'm trying to heat up the hole and push it back through again. If I can find the hole. One more. Almost there. If I can just see it. I just need to visualize it. On the wrong side of the board. Hey James. Welcome. I say welcome to anyone that I think is new, that I haven't seen before. Hang on, I just need to... This leg is sticking out too far. I have to be careful not to break the filament though. I might have to do this with my left hand. This is going to be awkward. It's going to be quite awkward. I'm just going to randomly touch the back of my board with my iron, hoping to get the right spot. How crazy is that? This is called rocket science, folks. Okay, that's not working. That's, yeah. One more. Come on, one more pin. Okay, got it. I think I got it. I think we're good. And chat, right? What? Temptation to break protocol in chat. Rising soon. Have you not answered to any? Have you not spoken to anyone, David? You only been speaking to me? Really? Break protocol. Come on. We're having fun. We're having fun. Okay, we now have the board back on again. Shall we see it work? Shall we look at it? I have two things. I have got 2 bits of code I can show people. Yes, I've done some code already. We should write. Brian wants to riot. Sorry, Dean already asked. Yes, I've got some code. Hey Gary, watched a few of these streams now. Really enjoy them. Thanks. You're welcome. I enjoy doing them. I really enjoy the chat and the banter. And you know what? I don't enjoy making a fool of myself on live stream with my mistakes. But you know, it's all good learning. It's all good learning. So hang on, I've got stuff all over the screen now and I can't see anything I've got. So, yes, David's going to talk to people now. Yay. Sold to suck on the opposite side of the board. Hi, David. Light it up. Yes, let's light it up. Was that a crow reference, James? The crow? Okay, so I've got a feather. I'm just going to pull back just for now. I've got a feather. So, and what I've done, just to let you know, now this is another design choice. Because this is his I2C, and on some I2C devices, you don't need to put pull-ups on the I2C, but in this particular chip you do. I decided to not put the pull-ups on the board. I was actually redesigning the board yesterday, and I was going to put, I've got a resistor network on the new board, which I'll show you shortly. I was going to put the pull-ups on the board, but my concern was as people chain them, having a pull-up on every board for the I2C is going to eventually degrade the signal. So I'm leaving the requirement for the pull-ups to be off the board next to the microcontroller. So that's what these two 10K resistors are, okay? Just letting everyone know. Okay, so I've got ground, SCL, and then SDA. Let's not break any filaments while I do this. And VCC is the bottom one. Okay, VCC. Now remember, I've got the caps bridged. Yay, silence broken. Thanks, Chris. I had my moderator rights revoked. Who did? What? Wait, who? What? Where? You didn't have them revoked. Didn't you ask to have them removed? I'm pretty sure you asked. I don't know why. Anyway, shall we plug it in? Let's plug it in. Dun 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 dun. Please work. Oh! Okay, for everyone's viewing pleasure. There you go. So I've just got some code that goes through and turns each one on and off. It's also turning on the decimal point, but I don't have an LED in there right now. Coffee time. Oh, it's still almost warm. I need a coffee warmer, folks. I need a coffee warmer for my stream, I think, because I'm sick of my coffee going cold. Yeah, David asked to have them removed. I had them revoked. I just wanted to be like everyone else. David, you're never going to be like everyone else. So how cool does that look? You can actually see, okay, on camera you can't, but in IRL, in real life, you can actually see the little LEDs. So they're not as bright, and they're like nowhere near as bright as what you saw before. So now, ready for this? I'm just going to do a code change. Okay, because this is for... Ready? It's just compiling. Oh, maybe I didn't get one of those USB mug warmers, jobbies. I should get a USB mug warmer. I could just make one. Yeah, the illuminated sections of the LEDs are quite short. Aren't they? The problem with the Peltier, Rob, is this is a double thickness glass, and a Peltier won't warm it. Already looked at that. Already thought of that. Anyway, or just drink my coffee, sure. Ah, Leo got it. So, for those that haven't got it yet, it's writing David. I can't lower the voltage, no. Not really. I could maybe try to plug it into 3 volts. Yeah, I might be able to plug it into 3 volts and see if that works. But yes, it says David. So what's interesting is, as they light up, they kind of light the ones next to it, right? So it makes it a bit, yeah, not as clear. I'm just going to take that off. See, that's kind of hard to read on camera. So they're an interesting design, the filaments. They but they're picking up light from the spill next to themselves. Does that make sense? So yeah, the chip works at 3 volts. Get a room, gents. Well, it's supposed to be a project with David and I. Come on. Okay, let me just let me plug in 3 volts. Where's my 3 volt out? Okay, I'm just gonna have to pull the jump up. Won't be a second. Okay, I just need let me get a jumper wire, and I'm just plugging in. So just from the 3 volt out of the feather. If I get the right one. Don't use reset, that'd be bad. Okay, that's 3 volts out. Still, I mean, on camera you can't see the little LEDs. I can see them quite clearly here. Maybe with this on you might see the little LEDs now. Nah, almost. You can almost see them. You can make a 3D printed light shield thing to go between the LEDs. I could. Or Azzy, you could. Squinting helps. So that's using the 3 volt, the 3.3 volt out on the feather. The filaments, I think it has a really cool quality of effect. Yeah, look, it has a great quality of effect. Like, it really does. And it's a, I mean, the aim was to make a retro looking board, right? And, I mean, that is full on retro looking board. And the light spill on the board is awesome. Like, you see the reflection off the PCB? And the chip gets lit up and everything. With 3D printing 7-segment projects. Yeah, Death Shaker, she's done some really cool 7-segment stuff with 3D printing and just, yeah, designing custom segment type things. 5 LEDs per package, it seems. Yes, there's 5 LEDs per package. David already mentioned that, you know, they're kind of centered in the middle. I wish they went further out. I wish there was like 7 or 8, or even that the filaments were shorter. Like if the filament, if it only had 5, and the filament was only that length, then we could have done like a double one in the middle. I'm just going to plug this in without trying to break the filament. It should light up the decimal. Oh, it won't right now, but if I put the other code back, just bear with me a second. Dun -dun. You should see the decimal point light up if I wedge it on an angle and make some contact. There it goes. Again, it's too, the resistor's too high for this LED. But it's definitely working. Okay, you want me to zoom back? Sure. That's how far out I can go. Do you want it with or without the shield? Possible to encase it in some semi-transparent acrylic. Look amazing in the solid block. So with my particular design, it gets really close in the corners, so I'm not quite sure how you'd get individual things over it. Although, I'm going to stick some transparent on it, see what it looks like. Okay, not great. Anyway, clear epoxy. Lots of options, but they're not options I'm going to do. These are for other people to explore with. I think that would highlight the issue. What issue? What issue are we highlighting, Neffers? Is the yellow coating able to be scraped back and then cut them shorter? So, let's look at one of my broken ones. We should see if we can pull it apart. I don't know if I'm going to... Well, let's look at the one that snapped in half. So, I'm just going to zoom in just for a second. Black paper. Hey David, black paper between the board and the LEDs. Well, I deliberately did it like this to, because I wanted the LEDs to light up the board. I wanted, yeah, that was the whole point of having them raised like this, getting the spill. So, sure, I could put something black underneath, but that kind of, to me, that would defeat the purpose. Like, I almost feel like we'd be separating it out. Does it look any better with the acrylic lifted off the cobs? You mean higher instead of directly on? I don't think it makes any difference. It's probably taking the coating off them. So I just zoomed in, so I'm not sure if you can see. Probably not. Okay, let's just move this away for the glare. See that little white dot? That's the PCB. You can see how thick the yellow is. I don't even know how I'm going to focus this. It's way too... There we go. Can you see that? The little white dot, that's the PCB. It's tiny. The width of the PCB is narrower than the thickness of the yellow. I don't know how you'd get the yellow off without completely breaking the PCB. It'd probably look much better with a black PCB, but black PCBs are much more expensive for me to get through JLC PCB for short run. I could get them through PCB way. But again, I would have had to pay $30 US for shipping, or whatever it is, $24. The LEDs are really thin PCB under that silicone cover. You cannot really mess them. Yeah, there's just no way you could peel that plastic off. I'd love to speak to one of the manufacturers though, like who makes them, and see if it's possible to get the strips by themselves. Because that might be interesting. If we had just the PCB strip, although they'd be really fragile. But if they had just the PCB strip without the coating, we could potentially put them in a 3D thing. Sharpie the filament. I'm not going to I can try, but I don't think it's going to... Where's my... I'll try doing it on... That's as close as I can get. Yep. Okay. I just don't think I'm going to be able to get it off. I can try. Oh, maybe. I might have to do both sides. Hang on. Look how steady my hand is. I should be a surgeon. If electronics doesn't work out for me, as being a maker doesn't work out for me, I'm going to absolutely become a brain surgeon. Oh, again, it's like, I feel like I can't even make comments like that anymore because of Simone. I really feel like that. I don't mean any disrespect. Okay. Oh. It's one side. Oh, yeah, I mean, seriously, you can't even see. A Sharpie is a marker. No, this is a, I thought a Sharpie is also a knife. Yes, it's a marker, but I thought it was a knife as well. Okay, this is breaking apart now. Okay, it's kind of coming off. Let me just see if I can scrape some more. Scratches count as mark. Okay. I know I'm doing it towards my finger, folks. Don't do this at home. I'm being super careful. This is Sion's version of super careful. Let's knife stuff towards my fingers. So what'd you do on your stream today, Sion? Oh, I took a knife to an LED. Okay, that's it. Like that's the kind of the PCB. It looks like the LEDs are still enclosed in. Like that's just ridiculous. Okay, LED. So LEDs are on this side. So if I take my knife along it, there's an LED there. If I jump over it, there's an LED there. Right, that would make sense because it's half of it. So there's two LEDs there. Don't mention sticky tape. Okay. So yeah, that's the link. So there's two LEDs here, and you can't see them. That's how small they are. Can everyone see that little bump? There's a bump. I think that's the LEDs. No, not that side. Sorry. Turn it over. No, you can't even see it. I don't know where the LEDs are. Yeah, it's there. It's there. You can't even see the bump. You can't see the bump. Anyway, I keep repeating myself. So, just want to, 998 still. Poo. 72 concurrent. Woohoo! I think that's a record. Anyway, so, carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes. Forget it. Did you guys watch Riley on Tech Quickie? What was it? Tech Linked. Anyway, doesn't matter. Try and light it up. I can't light it up. This is broken. I can't light that up. Anyway, now that I've done that and pulled all that apart, I'm just going to clean this mess up. Because, you know, why not? My desk is messy enough as it is. Let's get back to the cool thing, which is this thing. So there it is. So it works. So let me, oh no, oh, what have you got a spare good one? You could scrape off and illuminate. If not, I can do that at some point. Well, this one might be good, I don't know. I'll test it. That's broken. Actually, one of these has got 3 in it. Hang on. I probably do, but does everyone want me to try to scrape off a good one right now? Is that the plan? Let me see. One of these has got 3 working LEDs, so I might be able to. I might just do that one. Wow, why is that not clipping? Okay, that's not the one. Oh, kind of. Whoa. That's not. Right. Someone's got a break in the middle, which is causing it to not be good. That's my scientific term for it. Not be good. So I'm trying to see where the hole is. I'd rather not zap myself. And that one's completely dead. Okay, so turn that off. So this one technically has some working things in it. So I could try. Let me try. We're going back to the zoom in. Let me see if I can scrape it off. Not open. What? I'm missing something. Okay, I don't know what's happening with the conversation. See this one's, see it's broken? It's like a little worm. I'm going to try to scrape off. So we can see the LEDs. Don't do this at home, folks. Just talk amongst yourselves. It's kind of quiet in here while I do this. Ah, snapped it. There you go. Ah. That's annoying. That's annoying. They're really fragile. Like, interestingly... Where did I put that other one? Here. I don't know if this one's any good. Let me try this one. So interestingly, the as soon as you take off the plastic, I can't grip it. Yeah, I think this one's broken as well. Well, maybe not. Okay, I'll try one more time. One more time. But as soon as you take off the plastic, they've got nothing holding them together, and they just snap. So the plastic's also, whatever it is also part of its, like, stability? What's the right word? What word am I looking for, folks? Structure? Part of its insecurities. Okay. So that other one I think was, yeah. So the problem is, because they were wobbly, it means that the board's already broken. So as soon as I cut too far, they just come apart. I need one that isn't broken. Yeah, come on, should we go again? One more time? You can limit it. Yeah, I've got it default to 100 milliamps. I could drop it. Hey Nicholas, what have I missed? Really? Okay, this one's not broken. Okay, last one I'm going to try it on. Last one. This is a good one. Let's try constant current mode. This is just so easy to snap. Can't believe I'm just doing this on a stream now. It's pretty much all for Dave Watts' pleasure, isn't it? Dave Watts' viewing pleasure. Can't even see. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing right now. I apologise if you can't. Okay, that's two sides of it off. I need to somehow hold it steady and not snap it and get these sides off. Wow. think this is the side with the LEDs. I could be wrong. It just felt quite bumpy. Wow. That's pretty much... No. You can see little stray bits of plastic, whatever it's called. Resiny stuff. Sorry, it's not on camera. I'm pretty sure that's the side. See everyone see that? I just stabbed myself. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is all of it off. So, can you just strip near the ends? How much extra wire is there you could use? I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Okay, here we go. There's a bit of plastic still. I'm calling it plastic because I just don't know what it is. I think that's where the LEDs are on this side because it's really, I can feel it bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Okay, I'm going to turn my power supply on. I'm going to limit the current to I'm going to do it to 10 amps. 10 milliamps. Okay? 10 milliamps. And where's my... Oh, okay. Time to pull back. So... It's really not... Can't claw those. I've got these. Hang on, give me a moment. One moment, please. Get in. Okay. So I got myself a pair of... I think they were in my mail videos, I can't remember. Some of these to go with my power supply. So this will be maybe better, hopefully. I have no idea how good the cable quality is. Okay, you ready? 10 milliamps, not working. So I'll have to up my voltage, I think. Nope. Not working. Interesting. He said, who said what? Got a hard disk drive clicking along. Yeah, the power supply's, the new 10 rail is quite loud, isn't it? 10 amp, then you'd get fire. Yes, no, it's not 10 amp. So, it seems to be not drawing anything. And I don't know why that is. Put up to 5 volts. 60 milliamps. It was on 100 before. Nope, that's not drawing anything. Polarity's correct. Yep, polarity's correct. Interesting. We'll go with the 10 amp. The LEDs are likely connected via bond wires, which are now gone. Maybe that 2 milliamp should do it. You may have scraped the LED off. Yeah, I could have completely wrecked it. Completely wrecked it. Oh well, I tried. Sorry. Sorry, folks. It was, I'm just gonna take these away. It was worth a shot. Made a nice mess though. You know? Yep. Dave, feel free to try it on yours. Video / stream / something if you want. Can I tell you, this yellow stuff is sticky. Oh, yuck, it's everywhere. Sorry about the scraping. I need to get this off the table. It's going to end up everywhere. It's all, see, it all sticks to the... Okay, it's going straight in the bin. Sorry, folks. I don't want this in my carpet. Daylight outside. Awesome. So, I want to go into Eagle and show you something in Eagle. So just bear with me a moment. I'm going to bring up my old design first. Actually, no, I won't. I'll just go straight to my new design because we know what I did wrong with my old design. Just bear with me, I just need to load it up and then I'll show you what changes I've made. You get OBS going with a... Where's Eagle? Eagle Patrol Board, here we go. Cool, can everyone see that? I hope so. See if we can figure out off camera, it'll be easier. No, why would it be easier off camera? Cold coffee. I'm definitely going to make a coffee warmer. Okay, so now that everyone can see that, I'll show you the changes I've made. So, there was, right, I forgot to mention, there was another problem with the board that I didn't think about properly when I designed it. These three here, oh actually you can't see that, can you? Oh, 1 second. So these three spots here are jumpers, so you can set the address. I do like it gold dig earth. I do like the updates that they're doing, although the moving around of the icons throws me all the time. I'm muscle memory and going to, anyway. So these jumpers, they're to set the addresses for these 3 pins at the end here, for because you can chain up to 8 of these chips. And of course, I put a 2-pin jumper, and it can't be a 2-pin jumper. It's got to be a 3-pin jumper. It's got to be either pulled high or low. So right now, it either gets pulled low or it's floating, which is really stupid. So I've got 3 jumpers on here right now to tell it to be address 0, because when the jumper's on, they're grounded, which is really not overly intuitive. So that's another change I've made. So let's go back to here. So you can see now that I've got, you can't see my mouse when I'm in window mode, so I apologize. But you can see down the bottom of the board now that there's a resistor network. It's a 10K resistor network. So I've changed those jumpers to be 3 jumpers, so they're either pulled high or they're pulled low. And by default, well, there is no default anymore. So you just put the jumper on the correct side, either high or low. I've marked in white what the high side is, so you can set them properly. So here are the caps. I've now got them grounded, this one and this one, which is really, I can't believe I made that mistake before. So I had to drop the board down a little bit to be able to fit the resistor network in, and I'm using just a network because it's obviously going to take less space. And they're fairly reasonably priced. I mean, obviously it's much more expensive than just buying individual resistors. And I've got a spare one. So originally I had a 7 network one in here, and I was going to put SDA and SCL pulled up, but yeah, I've decided against that. So that's really the only change on this particular board, is the jumpers and the caps. But it was enough of a change. Like, you know, as you can see from this, the board definitely works. And you don't even technically need those caps if you're running off a microcontroller, because you're going to have filtered power anyway coming through. And, you know, even Mr. Davy Jones has shown that you don't always need, you know, filtering caps on an IC. My board's 7-pin carrier looks garbage in comparison. It doesn't look... Well, I don't know. I haven't seen how it looks, but it's not going to be garbage. But I mean, that's the reason I went for this chip. I wanted to have as few wires as possible between them. So, I mean, that was a design decision from me. Why is that really not in focus? Maybe it doesn't like the lights. But you can probably do more with your IC, David, than I can do, because you can do PWM and some other stuff with it as well. But so I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, that's the only design change I've made, really. Well, it's just this bottom section here. It's made it a bit smaller, so let's find out how big this is now, shall we? I don't even know if you can see that on camera properly. You can? Okay, cool. I'm just going to put a measure tool in. Well, maybe it's already there. Where's my layers? This measure's turned off. Oh, measure's off, because I already thought I had. Right, okay. So the board is, it's now 41 or 42 wide. It was 39. And let's see how tall it is. Approximately, because I've got my grid turned off. And it's now 80. A bit more than 80 high. So it's increased a couple of mil on the height, and I think 3 or 4 mil on the side. And right, so the reason I increased the width was I put holes, these holes here, for mounting, like I do on my other displays, and I had them a bit close to these pins here. And so if I just go back to the current board view, right, you can see that getting a screw in there and screwing it, it's a little bit tight. You're gonna have a bit of problem getting the screw head in, as you can see. So I wanted to bring those screw holes out further. So that's why I made the board a little bit wider, and it also meant that I could pull out the little decimal point. Even though it's still going to be 3 mil, I can pull that out a bit further because it was really super close to those pins. So yeah, they're the board changes I've made. I haven't obviously sent them off yet. I will. I've been waiting to. I've got another board I've been waiting to send off. On a complete side note, I've made a third revision of my ESP32 development board. It's exactly the same board, but I've made a version that uses the 340C USB to serial chip. Because I did some maths, and I was going to buy some more FTDI chips, and the FTDI chips work out to $2.88 each if I buy 20 at a time, and the 340Cs work out to 55 cents each. Big difference, right? So but I've never used the 340C, and so I've redone the board as revision 3. I'm just going to get some made again. I'll get 20 made. 20? 30, because I'm going to get 10 made, but I'll panelize them. And, because why not? Might as well panelize them now. And I need a new stencil, obviously. So if I'm going to do that anyway, even just to experiment with, because I've got 20 of the 340Cs, I'm going to get these boards redone so I can share the shipping costs. And I'll see what else needs to be done as well. What did I miss in chat? You could experiment with flat flex. I'm going for 7-pin DuPont connectors at the moment. It's not prohibitive. It's just, yeah, it's just white, right? If you can connect 4 wires, you can connect 7 wires. Definitely more spaced out than yours. I guess the jury will make the decision at the weekend. Oh, there you go, everyone. You just heard it here first. David Watts is going to have a board built on the weekend. Wonder if he's going to do it live. You could use the resistor network to pull up on the address pins and pull low by placing a jumper on it. Yes, I could do that, but The reason I didn't do that, Rob, was that's not intuitive. Like, that's how I actually did it first. Like, to me, when I put a jumper on, I expect it, making it, like I'm saying I want this value. I don't expect when I put a jumper on to remove the value. Does that make sense? So like right now that's address 0, and I've got 3 jumpers on there to make it 0. And if I want to say make it address 1, I pull that jumper off. This is obviously going to stop the board from working. Oh. I'm doing a broadcast all. I'm not telling it, I'm telling the whole address line. Anyway, that to me is not intuitive for address 1. If that makes sense, Rob. So that's what I did originally before I put the resistor network on, and then I thought, I actually had a chat with Alan about it, and I thought, yeah, that's just, it's not intuitive for people. I would expect that nothing on there would be address 0. Anyway, you've done a good job on this. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, James. Look, it's been fun. I definitely rushed from what my concept was to board. Part of it was because David was designing his board, and I thought to myself it was just time to move the project on. Like, I could have kept talking about theory. I could have started speaking about how I was going to build one of these and whatever, and made a video on it. But the fact was, I already had the design in my head. I knew how it was going to work. It was time to get to board stage, and I didn't want to make another PCB video of me designing the board. No offense to David. I mean, that's what he did. He did on a live stream. I've done enough of those. I just wanted to get it done, but I did rush it, and I made a couple of mistakes. But the proof of concept works, so I'm very happy with that. And as it turns out, it's actually smaller, even with the new change in size. Well, it might be a little bit taller. It's actually smaller than all my other boards. I mean, look how big my Neo X is. I mean, you know, I know Dave makes his bigger, but and mine's going to be a little bit bigger now. To your comment before, David, like the reason I didn't space mine out more, I got it as tight as possible. The same reason I got all these LEDs so tight together, because people are commenting about how I could have spaced them out more to make them hand solderable. I feel like the further apart they are, the harder it's going to be to read, at least close up, what the display's showing. I mean, obviously in a distance, you know, far away, it's a different story. Actually, let me just switch the code back to it saying David. Let me recompile. I'm gonna hold it up to the camera here, so it's further away again, and see what it looks like. Preferably without zapping myself. Oh. Okay, so if I put it in front of this camera, it's a terrible camera. It might be too glary. Okay, hang on, let's see if I put this on. I don't know if I can hold that still. Could it not have the reflection? How do I not have the reflection? I can't even see it properly. How does that look? Anyway, I was just concerned that from a distance it might have been fine, but close up it might have been hard to read if I spaced out the filaments too far. So I got them as close as I possibly could. Maybe too close. I don't know. I mean, there's no shorts, but it's, you know, if you're not careful, I mean, they're pretty close. The reason I'm so excited by this is Siglement's passion for it, but I'm also how different our approaches have been while we've been working together. We've created 2 different species of boards. Yes. Yes, we have. Don't give it all away, David. No, it's been super fun. Like, you know, I never would have, I mean, you know me, like this is my usual direction, right? This has been awesome. Like, I don't play with through hole much, or, you know, I call it retro, but like I tend to consider myself more of a digital electronics person. Like I work in the digital space more so than anything else. So microcontrollers or, things that, that work with data signals and stuff like that, as opposed to you, David, or who you do microcontroller stuff, sure, but you tend to do a lot of, CMOS stuff or a lot of, which is still digital. Okay, whoops. But, older school stuff. So this has been a lot of fun for me because there was this was completely breaking my thinking process on, the fact that I had to stick resistors before everything and where they were going to fit and, and all sorts of stuff. Like, it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, bye, Jonathan. You going? Good night. For long, and this display off has been really fun to witness. Display off. I don't know. It was never designed to be a competition thing. I don't know. It was just a... But I think from the start, we decided to diverge in our thinking. Still using all the same components, as in the filaments and stuff. And I think that's been really good. I'm excited to see what David's look like. For sure. I can't wait. So, David, are you going to do that on a live stream? Or are you going to just make a video? I'm making you commit. Here. Commit. So let me ask the obvious question. Is anyone interested in kits of these? I'm just asking because, because if anyone's interested in kits of these, I need to obviously go and source a whole bunch of filaments. And resistors, and caps are easy. There's 14 resistors on the board, so I need to get a whole bunch of parts. Trailer voiceover. On opposite sides of the world, two men battle to solve a problem. It was a time of hardship. It was a time of struggle. That's funny, Nicholas. If only you could do the voiceover right now. It ain't finished yet, mate, and it definitely is a competition. What? Live stream is a go. Whoa, maybe. Wow, that's commitment for you. Live stream is a go, maybe. It's just a competition. Wow, it's a competition. Okay, well I win because I'm first, right? Am I right? Am I right? Yes, I'm right. I win. I win the internet. I lost a subscriber! 997! Woohoo! Yes. I love it when I lose subscribers. Obviously, someone didn't like my my board design. Or didn't like that I screwed the caps up. I don't know. This subscriber thing is just... It really messes with your head, let me tell you. How the two of you guys have different styles making the same project. I'm glad we have different styles. It wouldn't be fun if we both just ended up with the same stuff. You didn't win, you just laid the first hand down. Okay, wow. Well, my board's not going to change. I'm just letting you know now. Obviously I'm going to make the changes to the bottom, like I mentioned, so it actually is filtered properly and stuff. But that's it. Like, this is my entry into the competition. I don't plan on doing anything like, I'm not going to pre-make a whole bunch of them to make a display because I'd rather use those parts in kits if people want them. Let's back up to... What? It's back up to 998? No. What did I just do? Did I just hit the wrong button? Oh, it's back up to 998. Maybe it was a glitch. Even posted a tweet to get people to... Thanks, Dave Darko. Thanks, Just Dave. Look, it'll happen when it happens. It's fine. I can barely think with this cold ravaging my body. You're right. This is basically Russia versus the US in space race. with 1960s retro components. Okay, fine. Fine. Well, I thought this was nice. Like having something cool on the back like that. Dave Ducker, that was... What was you? You unsubscribed and then resubscribed. On a split of motorized, I would call Siglement Design a winner, but the hardware I selected as the better choice. Oh, wow. That's a slap. Okay, well, I like the hardware I selected. For me. I swear C, baby. Means you can pretty much run it off everything. Anything. Like, I could run this off an AT Tiny. Can you run yours off an AT Tiny? Ooh, you can't, David. Because you don't have enough pins. Just saying. Houston, we have a problem? Why do we have a problem? Was that a reference to the space race, Andy? Fighting words. So, while we're at it, because I don't have enough PCBs, right? I've got my revised AT Tiny, my Tiny Dev boards, which went live on Tindy yesterday, folks. I'm now selling my Tiny Dev boards on Tindy. Woohoo! And I've got my new badge boards. And look how many I got. I hope they work. So these are my revised board. I'm going to open one of these up. I'm going to open this up. Maybe, if I can. See if I can do it without breaking it. Oh, I hear my kids leaving for school. Yes! Okay, let's just get one of these out. So, let's get back in close. Mine will likely not work first time, and no, it won't work from one of those Scrub Lord AT Tinies. Just wipe my love. Limited area is so small, what about using 2 of them per segment? And double the size of the display. Why would I want... If I double the size... Yeah. If I double the size of the display, firstly, they're going to cost a fortune to make, because they're outside the 100 by 100 bounds. And I could, but that's just... Because it'll end up costing $20 each, that's why. Michael. Spontaneous mailbag. No, it's not spontaneous mailbag. But I'm excited by my new badges. Let's just get close. I mean, I did this on a live stream. Focus. Thank you. So that's my new badge. Looks a little bit different electronics wise, obviously, and the button is an input now. It's an input. But I think that's... Oh, and I asked them, I said to them, can you please put your little serial number on the back? And they did. They didn't wreck the front of my board now with it. And I've got these exposed at the back, pins at the back. What? Is what's going? Medic liquid tablet kicked in. I need to go to bed soon. Oh, okay. Take care, Dave, if you're going now. I hope you get better soon as well. Actually, I hope you don't get better soon. I hope you have to suffer through your build of your board with your cold, and you make mistakes and you wreck your board and it doesn't work and you can't fix it because you've got a head cold. That's what I hope. Anyway, sorry. That's my competitive nature coming through. Obviously that head is not long enough, but I've put breakouts at the back so you can hack them. So VCC, MISO, Mosey, clock, reset and ground. Woohoo! Big fan of the badge. Sion, you've seen mine. I have to say that the organizer has a great chance. It's not a competition. The badge isn't competition day. Wow, you got a competitive streak in you, don't you? Wow. Never would have guessed. I never would have guessed. Not going yet. I'm going to fall asleep on the stream. Just don't drool on your keyboard. You mean the DIY Osh Park? What? Who? Great boards. None of you have the Osh Park purple mod. No, because Osh Park's way too expensive for me. Apparently they do free shipping now. Apparently. But yeah. For me to pay $20 to get 3 boards, or whatever it is. Yeah. Warm words from... Yeah. So I'm excited to put another one of these together. I'm going to be putting these on my Tindy store as well. Everything goes on the Tindy store. And I know I'm not trying to. It's not that I'm trying to commercialize everything, folks, but to me, the Tindy store is a potential way of me sustaining my maker journey. And if I ever hit 1,000 subs, if ever, right? If I ever get there, don't forget I've got my AMA coming up, which will hopefully be maybe next week. And I'm announcing it now. I am doing it as a live stream, but I'm not necessarily doing questions live. I'm going to do the questions from the previous video, like I said, but I think I'm going to answer them in a live stream with a special guest. I'm not going to. We thought about pre-recording it, but it's going to be too hard to pre-record. I don't want to sit there editing myself talking and answering questions, so we're going to do it live. And it might even be next Wednesday. It might be a live stream next Wednesday. Thanks, Neffers. Yeah, I'm impressed still with the cutout, and it's still pretty good, pretty sharp. I could definitely... Who was it? Was it Dave Darko first mentioned the Dremel? Or someone else did, but I know Dave Darko spoke about it, putting a hole in the middle for a Dremel and sticking it on a Dremel. What is the AMA? What? Where have you been, Alan? So I posted a video last week announcing my 1K coming, and that post questions in that video, and I'll pick the top 5 and I'll answer them. At least answer 5. Might answer more, but pick the best 5, and I'd do a giveaway for those people. So I won't be doing it on StreamMind. Not sure those have the juice to keep it going. Whoa! Wow. Wow, David. This is some severe slapping going on. By the way, that's the same battery. So when did I do this one? How many weeks ago? So my kids are playing with this all the time. Flynn runs off with it all the time. I have to go find it. Really? Same battery. Anyway, so usually a 100mm drill going through around the boards. You can see that on the inner cuts. What? What are you talking about? 100mm drill. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Dave Darko. Just Dave. Ooh, silence from the Watts side of the Watts camp. Yeah, look at that. That 3-volt battery is going gangbusters. What do you never get 100? If I never get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna crawl in the corner and sulk. I'm gonna sulk. I'm actually quite surprised that's still going. I mean, it doesn't get left on all the time, but it's probably clocked up at least 3 hours of use so far of being turned on, and it's pretty good, I've got to say. We calculated the battery life, can't recall what it was, but it wasn't it wasn't too bad. It was something like 7 hours, maybe 7 or 8 hours. I don't know. Make a clock from the badge. I don't want to make a clock from the badge. I don't want to make. Everyone's making clocks. I'm actually making a clock. It's a project I haven't even spoken about, and it's a massive undertaking. And I'm at the schematic board side. It's not something I can prototype. It's something I have to just do and build and get out of the way. And I'm making one. I'm doing something very cool, but that's coming in the future. Future project. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to get to 1,000 subs, and I'm going to go yay. And the second I tweet about it, it's going to go back to 999. So you'd prefer me to stay small, Neffers? Really? I need to grow. It's important I grow my channel. It's not a YouTube monetization thing. It's just a reach. Like, even, you know, my Tindy store is going to be useless if I don't have the reach for people to know about it. So, you know, some people go the Patreon route. I don't know if I want to go the Patreon route. It's a possibility, but the problem I've got with Patreon, apart from the fact that it feels a little bit like begging, a little bit. But that aside, there's two things about Patreon. The first one is, I feel like I'm asking a small group of people to fund my work, and everyone else gets to see it for free on YouTube. Does that make sense? I don't know, it's kind of a bit whatever. But the other thing is, I don't know what I would give my Patreons that's different to what I'm doing now. I don't want to restrict my content or make extra content just for the Patreon subscribers, because I'm already making, like, I'm doing this full time at the moment. Like, I'm already making as much content as, like, I mean, I can make more content, my quality is going to go down. You know, like, I don't want to restrict my Random Bites videos that only my Patreon people can see them. I don't want to do constant behind the scenes videos. But also sub to a few channels that are out of control. Yeah, okay. I mean, I get that when you're on a live stream with someone and there's, you know, 700 people on the chat and the chat just goes flying past. Like, I understand that. But, yeah, like, I really want to see if I could do something like Tindy as a way of me funding my projects. Not all of my projects are designed to be sold on Tindy, but a fair few of them are. That's like, you know, I'm talking about, you know, are people interested in kits of these? It's not that, you know, how do I explain it? Like, I'm not trying to make everything a money-making thing. And to be honest with you, there's very little money to be made in Tindy, regardless of how much stuff I sell. Because the amount of time it takes to either put a board together or even pack a board in it. Like, ask David Watts, or you don't have to ask him, he's already mentioned it, how long it takes, or how long it took him to pack up the kits for his clock that he was selling on Tindy. I mean, you know, like, that's time that you don't get paid for, sitting there making kits. Like with my Tiny Dev board, I think Tabletronics was commenting about how I should sell them as kits as well. Like, so there's 603 and 805 passives on here, and as you'll, you know, probably aware, this is how the 603 passives come, like this, right? So I'm going to have to cut them all up and label them all with tiny little writing or whatever I do and put them all in a kit. The amount of time it's going to take me to prepare a kit for my Tiny Dev is not worth what they cost me to sell. I mean, it will take me as much. I could build probably 10 boards in the amount of time it will take me to make 10 kits. Yeah, Dave's probably asleep now. It's probably passed out on the desk with just drooling on the table. So, yeah. So for Tindy, for me, it's like I don't make a lot of my products, but if I can get mass eyes on it, subcontract kit production to who my kids, employ my kids, well, the kit production's got to be, well, again, it's not worth it, you know, because I'm not, you know, if I was selling 1,000 of them, maybe, but, you know, I sell one here, two there, it's, you know, and I enjoy building them. I don't enjoy making kits of them. Dave, well, I was there. My Tindy exercise cost me about 12 hours of my time, and I got a massive minus 25% profit. Yeah, sure, that was a mistake. Your costings was a mistake, but the amount of time it took, yeah. You know, like it takes me 25 minutes just to go to the post office and ship a package. Like, that's 25 minutes of my time where I'm not doing anything. I'm standing in a post office. You know, and I could always just try to leave my post office trips to smaller and hold on people's packages for longer. But when someone orders something, I want to get it out to them. Like, I don't want them to have to wait 4 or 5 days just so I can just reduce my post office trips. It all takes time. Yes, everyone told David not to charge so little. But, you know, David does things the way David does things. There's no arguing with Watts. It's Watts' way or the highway. So, yeah. There you go. That's my theory with Tindy. I want to, and I might actually eventually open up a store on my own website. I got a website, by the way, folks. I don't know if you all know. Brian's got a website. I don't know if Brian's still here. I think Brian's disappeared. Brian just launched his blog. If you're still around, Brian, post it. Yeah, so I'd like to see if I can make a go of this without having to go the Patreon route or whatever. I am probably going to turn on ads on my channel at some point, because might as well, but it's not about, yeah, it's not going to help. Not at 1,000 subs anyway. So my next week's stream is going to be my AMA, I think. I'm pretty sure. I hope it is. I hope I get to 1,000 subs in a week. Because, This is just kind of stagnant. I wish I could support people's content, but I simply can't. It's a real shame. And that's exactly my point, though, Neffers. Like, I don't want... Like, I don't want to restrict my content. I don't want to hide content behind Patreon. I don't want to restrict it. I want everyone to be able to see all of my content, to get to see all of the stuff I'm doing. I don't want to segregate my content and segregate my community. You're more amiable than What's Way or the Highway. I don't know. You've been really full-on aggressive this morning. I'm just kidding. I like a good challenge. We have a really good banter going, Dave and I. You can sell the PCB and the BOM made up of the components. That way, have the bits to build the kit and also start building their own component library store. Sure, I could do that. Although, yeah, just buying, like, you know, individual passives and stuff. Like, it would still work out more expensive for someone to do that, Nicholas. You know, even if they got the PCB for free, like, to go and, you know, like, you can't just buy 2 603 resistors from AliExpress, you know, and even though they're cheap enough, you'd end up still paying more for it, which is fine if that, you know, that's the way you want to go. I might sell kits of if I can find a way of kitting them up easily and not spending too much time on it, I'd like to sell kits of the Tiny Dev, because they're actually, you know, they're pretty simple and fun to put together. Looking forward to the AMA. I haven't asked a question, but I'm looking forward to learning more about the unexpected maker. I'm looking forward to talking openly, very openly about stuff. There's been so I was interested to see who was going to ask the question that Michael Hessier has asked, and someone else also asked. There was 2 people have asked the elephant in the room question about how am I able to do this full time. So I'm not going to hold back. I'm quite happy to talk about that, and I will. But you're going to have to wait for the answer. I'm not going to spill it now. You have to produce a paywall content for Patreon. Just have it as a way to receive funding. I could, but then I feel like, why would people do it, Rob? Like, why would... Like, okay, so I have which I've never posted and I'm not going to, but I have one of those, you know, PayPal Pay Me things, you know, that you can get those custom addresses where it's just a link and people can do there's an easy way for people to do a donate type thing. I don't use it. I've never posted anywhere. Again, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, this is part of... I'll cover this with my AMA as well. Michael's still here lurking. You will get an answer to your question, Michael. You will. A real answer. I feel like... No, I'm going to save all this for my AMA. YouTube suggest your videos. I think you need to put at least one ad. Really? No, you don't have to have ads to... like, I've got... Like, a lot of my ads are in the suggestion, if I look at analytics of where they come from. I mean, maybe they push it more. I hope they do. Like, once I get to 1,000, I can then apply to become what is it called? A premium partner or whatever it is with YouTube. I'm hoping that they'll actually start pushing my content more and my sub count will grow faster and my views will grow, because I know it's only been 7 months since I started, and, you know, a lot of people are telling me that 7 months is pretty good to get to 1,000 subs. But to me, 7 months is forever. And, you know, even if I get to 2,000 in another 7 months, like 14 months to get to 2,000 subs, 2,000 is nothing. You know, I need to get to 10,000, I need to get to 100,000. And I'm really hoping I'll get some more support from YouTube the bigger I get, if it works that way. Yeah, I'm going to save stuff for the AMA. But I have lots of stuff to talk about. And I'm sure I'll go off on a tangent on it. Yeah. My question would be the obvious: why do you do what you do? In the hopes of understanding myself better. Well, there's lots of questions. Lots of people have asked the question of why do I do what I do? Why, you know, where did I start? Why am I doing it? Why am I interested in it? And yeah, I'll definitely go through all of that. It's going to be a long AMA. It's going to be a long... Oh, I mean, all of my streams are long. Well, that being 2 hours now. See? It's all long. Need to build electronic 1K subscribers play button. So what's the... does anyone know what the bronze, like the play button is now? Like the silver is like 100,000, isn't it? I think. What's the bronze play button? Is it 10,000? Not that I want to play, but I don't care about the play buttons personally. I could make my own, for sure. But actually, quite a few people have made their own play buttons. I think it's been quite funny. I might send YouTube a play button when I get to 1,000 digital play button. I don't think I have an answer to that, to be honest. Who? What? What attention? Didn't even get a like on my question. What was your question? Hang on. Oh, I haven't liked anyone's questions. So I deliberately have, it's been super hard. There are so many people I wanted to answer the questions on that. It's taken all my willpower to not even like or respond to any of those questions. I didn't want anyone to feel like they were getting any type of favoritism. So, sorry, Just Dave. Bronze is 10k to 100k. Okay. So I'm never going to get a bronze either. That's okay. That's cool. That's okay. You know, you only live once. Whatever. Whatever. Still sitting on 998. That is crazy. I've got to start refreshing that page. I was really hoping I'd hit the 1k during the stream. But oh well. YouTube.com, YouTube credits, benefits. Okay, that's a link I'll have a look at later. Benefits. I just want them to push my videos more. Hello, Mr. YouTube, can you push my videos more? Thanks. Catch you later, bye. So, has anyone else got any questions or anything they'd like to talk about that isn't AMA specific? It's wooden, right, for 1k? Wooden? They don't give you a wooden play button. What? There's no play button for 1k. Can't be. No. Keep reducing your current rate, then your growth can only be exponential. I don't know. Like, everyone keeps saying that the growth becomes exponential, but I haven't experienced that yet, but I think mine's been quite artificial. Like, if you look at my, maybe I'll talk about it, I'll show it on my AMA next week. Yeah, see, Julian's saying it's exponential as well, but at what point does it kick in, Julian? Because I had a huge influx at the start because of Mr. David Watts. His kind generosity, his video that he made that says, hey, there's a stream happening and it's not me. Oh, my stand-up desks. Yeah, so I had a massive influx from that. I had an influx from people from Brian at the start as well, from Brian Locke. So, like, I think my growth's been really skewed by that. Like, I'm getting less subscribers per month at the moment now than I did earlier on. So it's hard for me to see the exponential. But, like, I hope it will. For definitely sure, I hope it will. Paper, silk. Oh, we're talking about the play button. Pebble, then paper. David, so yes, you can see my standing desks. These are from an office furniture place in Australia called Officeworks, which is the biggest chain of office furniture places. And it's motorised. Woo! Not sure we can see that. So I got mine motorised because I didn't want to do the hand cranking thing. And at the start, I got two of them because Jared, someone who used to work for me, used to work from there, the game dev stuff. So we both at the start used to alternate between sitting and standing. Ooh, 999. What? No way. Oh, what a cool looking number. Exponential growth starts at 5k. Wow. So what, another 3 or 4 years I might see some exponential growth? Oops. That's crazy. Yeah, so we used to sit and stand a lot at the start. I think I mentioned to you when you asked the question about it offline that it really hurts to do the standing desk stuff at the start. It hurts in muscles that you didn't even know you had. But it took me quite a while, and then now I stand there all the time. So I sit here and I stand over there. I don't think I could do the fine detail work standing. You tend to move around a lot more when you're standing and get distracted. Like You know, for me to move away from the desk right now, I literally need to turn my chair and stand up. But when you're standing, you can just wander off whenever you want to. 6 months. 6 months to get to 5,000? No way. I will put money on that, David. I will put money that will not happen. What? No way. No way did I just hit 1,000. Holy shitballs. Sorry. Oh, now I just lost one because I swore. YouTube just banned me because I swore. 1,000 subscribers. On my live stream. Wow, that's really cool. That's exciting. What? There's no confetti? No streamers? Didn't even hear a trumpet. Nothing. That's okay. Well, I'm super glad I got to share that with everyone. Super glad. That's really exciting. 1,000 subscribers. Quick, goes hit the monetize button. No, not really. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that? So, Dave, I highly recommend standing desk. I definitely do, but your productivity will go down. I'm just letting you know now. It will absolutely go down. I only see 998 still. Yes, you need to refresh. It's not live. That was like, don't bank against community rule. I'm going to refresh. It's going to be 999. No, it's still 1,000. It's real. Hang on. Does it tell me who subscribed? No. So, you know, so if it's a public account, it tells you who the person subscribed was. And wow. So this is what just happened. There's a comment on my announcement video by the Snecker Show. The Snecker Show just wrote in a comment on my announcement video. I'm going to read it out. He just wrote, I don't even know what this channel is about yet, but it showed up in my recommended videos. I'll give you 999 and 1,000 right now. Good luck with the channel. And that was 1 minute ago. From the Snecker Show. I'm just going to, if he's a YouTuber, just hold on 1 second. Open a new tab. Hey everyone. Oops. No, I want him. Bear with me 1 second. The Snecker Show. He's a hobby woodworker. Awesome. He's a maker. He's got 485 subscribers, and I am posting his channel link right now. We want to give him, please, a massive following. Okay, this is the Snecker Show. Prepare to be bored, but it's bored as in wooden board. Please, can I ask everyone a massive favour, please? Can we just go bang and subscribe to his channel? Brown, black, red. Brown, black. Someone post him the social blade counter in casino mode. What? What's brown, black, red? Julian? Oh, I just got it 1K. Brown, black, red. Julian, that is gold. Oh my god, that is gold. That was really clever. Thank you. Ah, that was really funny. Ah, awesome. Thank you everyone for subbing to the Snecker Show. Where's he from? Does he say what part of the world he's from? Wow, he only joined in April of 2017. Right, okay, over a year. Yeah, okay. And he's got way more. He's got half my subs, less than half my subs, and he's got almost triple my view count. Wow, people really like woodworking. That came out wrong, for sure. Oh, he makes jigs and stuff. Yeah, subscribed. I'm subscribed as well. Cool, he's going to get a nice surprise when he goes over 500 subs. We're going to get him over 500 subs. I need to reply to his message. right now I'm gonna reply to his message. Sorry, and I'm gonna say, thanks heaps, go check your sub count. I'm gonna write to him. Sorry, I know I said I'm not gonna comment to anyone's, but I'm gonna comment to this one. Thanks heaps, go check your sub count. Thanks heaps. You are a... Sorry, I'm just doing this live. Legend. Go check your sub count. Is everyone so cool? What's he up? 497. Oh, come on. We need to get 3 more before I post this reply. We need to get him to 500. If we can, please. Yeah, it's 497 now. Come on, 3 more subs, folks. He's a maker. We're all makers here. I know not everyone's into woodworking. That's okay, but he makes jigs and other stuff. I was later video saying where I came from and looking forward to his... Awesome, thanks, Neffers. Come on, we need to get him 3 more. Three more. Don't suppose you need some woodworking doing your clock project, do you? I see a cross-channel thing going. No, my clock doesn't need woodworking. Oh, he's on 499. Oh, 502. That is cool. Okay, now I'm going to post that message. 503! Yep, I just replied to him. Thanks heaps, you're a legend. Go check your sub count. Well done, everyone. Thank you all. I appreciate it. It's really nice of you. Really nice of you. Oh, it's going up. It's going up. Yay. Oh, God, I look terrible in that announcement video. I look like I haven't slept, and you know what? I hadn't slept much. Okay, I need to close that. That is really cool. I'm glad we just did that. Yeah, I love that we've got a whole bunch of community people getting together and helping each other. It's really inspiring and fantastic. And the maker community is such a great bunch of people. It really is. Oh, wow. So exciting. Okay, well, it's been over 2 hours. Look, I don't even know what's in my camera view. Look at this. It's upside down, and look, that's still going. I should turn it off. I'm going to turn it off. That has been awesome. I've had a lot of fun. It's been exciting showing you the board. Yeah, I'm definitely going to send this off. I'm gonna sit on my new design for a day and just double, triple check it, and not rush it out the door. But then I'll get it out the door, and I need to start making some and kitting up some of my badges and stuff. I need to start making stock of my tiny devs. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do today. Thanks, David. Really appreciate it. Good luck with your build. I'm excited to see. So, listen, hey, David, if you are doing a stream of that on the weekend, please let me know so I can get up for it. I don't want to sleep through it. Okay? You hear me, David? I don't want to sleep through it. This has been great. It's been a lot of fun, everyone. I think, though, at 2 hours, it's time to say goodnight to everyone, not just to David, but to everyone. Good night and good morning. Once again, it's been awesome hanging out with everyone. I really, really enjoy it. Thanks, Julian. Thanks for stopping past and experiencing my 1K. Very exciting. And, yeah, I think we should just wrap it up. I need to go. I don't know. There's no one home. No one to celebrate with. The boys' last day at school for the year tomorrow. Then off on jollies. I don't know what that means. Does that means holidays? Thanks, David. It doesn't have to be Oz friendly. Just let me know when it's going to be so I can wake up for it. If it's going to be in the middle of my night, that's okay. I don't care. I'll wake up for it. Thanks, everyone. It's been awesome. It's been so much fun hitting 1K with everyone and the entertainment. Thanks, buddy. Always try to be entertaining. Catch you all. Cheers. Everyone go to sleep. It's time to start working for the day. Exactly. Bye.